That's not the opener I'm used to. Mario Kart, the game that's been so consistent over the past few years. Even though this is one of my least favorite kart racing series, I gotta thank it for keeping kart racing games so relevant. It's not until this year that we saw kart racing games from Sonic and Crash. I mean, where have they been? They just kind of fell off the map. But as for Mario Kart, they kind of looked at that as a bonus and kept making games to be more successful. It proved to be a success as it's still the biggest kart racing game in the world. However, they did release a mobile game for the series this year, and it is free until you race like twice and it charges you about $5 to continue the game. I mean, come on, just one in-app purchase is the same amount as Sonic Team Racing and Crash Team Racing. I think they better just stick to console games. It's a really weird process that they have going on, as for the Wii U they had Mario Kart 8, and then for the Switch they immediately released Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. The only difference is that the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe brought us was it had a few new characters and it was on the Switch. That's literally it. I mean, it did offer the DLC from the original Mario Kart 8 for free, but other than that, there's really nothing different here. There's a few mechanics that I'll get into in a little bit, but still, this game was just the same old game. I feel like this really affected the game in a big way. I was super excited for the game and to re-unlock all the characters and get more stuff, but after about a day of playing, everything was unlocked. It just wasn't what it used to be. Going through the super easy 50 and 100cc all the way up to the super frustrating 200cc was just a blast, and I'd always return back to the home screen and see a bunch of rewards that I gained from that Grand Prix. I will also talk about customizations later on, but there's not much else to talk about. Anyways, let's get into the game mechanics. The mechanics in this game are quite simple. Hold A to go, press B to brake, the right bumper will drift, and the left bumper will use your items. That's traditionally what most kart racers will do, or at least similar. The drifting mechanic in this game is good, but it's definitely for casual players. When playing a game like CTR, the drifting mechanic should be held throughout the whole entire match, and it's super intense. In this game, you could very well win an entire race without drifting once. However, it is extremely beneficial if you can get the most out of it around turns. Since the game is super slow paced and doesn't have much turns anyways, it's not really necessary to use drifting much. I catch myself wanting to drift most times when I'm just simply going straight just because I want to pick up a little more speed. This makes for a super casual and fun game to play with friends. I feel like Mario Kart is kind of known for this because it is kind of a friendship breaking game. Since drifting isn't much called for, it really comes down to items. And boy do I hate the items in this game. It's always bugged me playing Mario Kart that someone in second place that's well behind you can throw a blue shell and just ruin the game. I mean, seriously, that thing just ruins your day. And it took them 7+ installments to find a way to counter the blue shell. I'm really glad that they actually added this because you can use this horn to block it out, but the chances of getting it are very slim. A similar item would be the red shell. This one automatically locks onto the person in front of you and will hit them no matter what. That is, of course, unless they have an item to hold behind them like a banana or a shell. Something I find irritating about this is that you have to hold in the bumper or trigger during the whole entire race until something takes out the item or you drop it. Some controllers in the past have been very uncomfortable and I just don't like holding in the trigger, especially these new Joy-Con things. I mean, these bumpers are tiny. It hurts. The items in this game are very unique and allows players that aren't so good at the game to actually compete. This transitions into my next point. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe added an option to turn on this little antenna that'll keep you on the map no matter what. But what's the fun in that? I'm literally playing on Rainbow Road and I didn't fall once. Here I am even trying to fall off the map. Rainbow Road is literally considered a meme at this point because of how difficult the track has been. But now you can hold in A and complete the race without even trying. I mean, you literally won't fall once, you'll just complete the race. I can see why they added this into the game to help players that aren't so good be better, but before selecting characters and maps, the player 1 should be able to pick if people can even use this option. I mean, someone can just sneakily choose this option and just play the race without anyone knowing. All of a sudden, someone's 10-year-old daughter becomes a legend at Mario Kart. But like I said, still a cool option, but I don't think it deserves to be in the game. Anyways, let's move on to the customizations. I honestly consider this game's character roster pretty weak. Yeah, there's a lot of cool characters and a lot of unique choices, but all these characters are pretty basic. I mean, to be honest, I don't much care for a Koopa or a Lakitu or a Shy Guy. They're just not very unique themselves. In other games, every single character is one single character, and they all have a backstory and a unique role in all the other games. But the Mario characters, they're just like clones of each other. You see Koopa everywhere. I mean, Bowser, he's really cool because he has a backstory and he's in every game. This is why I find myself pulling the Koopalings more. They actually have a major role and somewhat of a backstory. Maybe it's just me, but I'm just not very interested in all the common characters you see in every Mario game. Aside from their history and roles in other games, the characters are pretty cool. Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe had little differences, but the Deluxe version actually introduced King Boo, Dry Bones, Bowser Jr., Inklings, and also Gold Mario. Now it's not much, but it's actually pretty cool to see more characters. Characters like Villager, Inkling, and Link were actually in the game, and they're obviously not from the Mario series. So it's clear that Nintendo decided to add other characters in order to kind of promote them. I agree with this, and I think it's about time we saw some characters from other series. But one thing that I didn't like is how they added so many Mario and Peach variants. They weren't even skins, they were just other characters. Silver, Gold, Tanuki, these are all different Mario characters. There's even a baby Mario. I mean, there's so many Marios. If they would have kept updating this game and adding more skins to everyone, this game probably would have had more success. I immediately thought that's what they would do, considering they only had one patch for the game. Also, where's the love for Diddy Kong Blooper and the Blowhole chick? I mean, come on, Diddy Kong has more experience than most of the other characters. He had his own game for Pete's sake. Also, another thing we saw was customization colors for Yoshi and Shy Guy. This is a really nice touch, and I like that they added that. Now let's move on to the karts. The karts in this game were actually pretty disappointing to me. The karts in the Mario Kart DS and Mario Kart 7 and Mario Kart Double Dash, they were just so cool. Where were they in this game? I mean, you could ride in Blooper, you could ride in a Bullet Bill, like, that would have been amazing. Instead, we just got a bunch of these basic karts and even some motorcycles, which are okay, I guess. But we did get to customize wheels and our glider, which was pretty cool. Like I mentioned earlier, unlocking things in games is my favorite. Mario Kart 8, I grinded this game the first week and unlocked absolutely everything so all my friends could see all the stuff I unlocked immediately. But for Deluxe, it's like I bought a used version at GameStop. I mean, everything's here. I had everything immediately. The only unlockable character in this game is Gold Mario, which I really don't want as it is. But to make it worse, you have to win in every single Grand Prix Cup from 50cc to 200cc. Who the hell's gonna do that? On top of this gold theme, you could also unlock gold wheels, a gold cart, and a gold glider. To unlock the gold cart, you just gotta get at least 1 star in every Grand Prix and every engine class. The gold tires were obtained by beating every single staff ghost on every map. And finally, we have the gold glider, which is unlocked by getting 10,000 coins. Well, I've been playing this game for a while, I'm sure I'm close to that. What the hell? How in the world am I gonna get that? I've been playing this game for years, and I don't even have over 4,000 coins yet. This honestly just seems impossible to me, unless this is absolutely the only game you play. I mean, this is basically the ultimate flex, having complete gold, so I guess if you want to go for that, I mean, sure, by all means. It may seem like I'm kind of ragging on the game here, but I just think there should have been more unlockable stuff to keep people playing the game. But it's like I completed the game the moment I opened it. Anyways, the game is really solid, and as far as the gameplay went, it's still a good game, so this really doesn't matter all that much. If you want to jump into the game immediately and have everything, then this is perfect. So obviously I agree with everything they added into the game and everything that's featured, I just wish it would have been more grindier to get. So now finally let's move on to the tracks. Hear that music? You probably recognize these two tracks, and that's because they're from 2 of the best Mario Kart maps. But what's super unfortunate about it is neither of them made it into this game. These tracks being Coconut Mall and Waluigi Pinball. As if Waluigi didn't get enough love as it is. It's really unfortunate these maps didn't make it into the game, but I think this is where the game strives. The maps and music in this game were just wonderful. I mean, they went all the way back to Nintendo 64 and the Game Boy Advance to remaster these maps. Honestly, these maps were just flawless. It really fit the playstyle of the game and made it super unique. There was even some F-Zero maps in this Dragon Driftway map that had a lot of turns on it. This really tested your kart racing skills and also made it super fun. They also introduced some more maps, which was really cool to see. You could tell they're getting really creative and aren't running out of ideas at all. I honestly have nothing bad to say about the tracks in this game. Very visually appealing and super fun to race around. And as far as the music goes, it's really solid as always. Mario is known for some catchy tunes, so it was already expected. Although I pointed a lot of bad stuff out in this review and didn't say much of the good stuff, it's mainly just because that stuff's expected. When people hear about kart racers, this is the first game they think of. Mario Kart has been there for the beginning of kart racing and it's still going. Out of all the kart racers, this would definitely be the #1 game for playing with friends. For a competitive aspect, not so much. But nonetheless, this is a really great game and they'll continue to keep making great games. As my personal rating, I'd give this game a 7.5 out of 10. It makes it that high because of how much fun it is to play with friends, but it sits that low because I really can't play it on my own and have a good time. Grinding the game by myself and enjoying it by myself is a huge part of gaming. You shouldn't always rely on having friends or even being with friends to play games. Obviously there is online game modes, but I'd much rather play around people. But as I said, this is obviously a really amazing game, and I think everyone knows it's one of the best kart racing games out there. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and if you have any other comments, please leave them down below. Also, let me know of any kart racing game that you think I should do next. I obviously have a lot in mind, but I'm kind of doing the basic ones first to kind of build up to them. I'll do any of them in history all the way back to the 1990s, so please have any open ideas. Anyways, that's it for the first kart racing review, and I'll see you guys next time.